Good day, Executive Committee. You made it last day, day 3 of the Maximizing Your Strengths, Maximizing Our Business Challenge. So really exciting. So the first day, again, discovering and clarifying your talents. Day 2, developing and leveraging what makes them strengths and how are you utilizing them and how you're going to push them forward and utilize them. So day 3 is sort of the final phase. And again, your managers and our leader bases are going through what I've kind of condensed in sort of a 3-day challenge for you and a more in-depth process of pulling this out and helping them develop these. But day 3 is about support and complementing your talents and strengths. So the first question is about who you can partner with or team up with in your areas of weakness or who complements your strengths. So when you're thinking about this, thinking about your areas of weakness, because I'm sure you went to the bottom of your report, who can you team up with that can help support you in this area? So when you're thinking about this, you can certainly use the rest of the executive committee team since everybody was very open and sharing what their talents and strengths were in that regard. If you have already made yourselves aware of the leaders underneath you from that grid that I put together on where their talents and strengths lie, you can think about that. So a lot of this has to do with how can we make our areas even stronger as a collective? And for that, it's really realizing what our strengths are, who on our teams are going to complement that, either our executive committee team together or our teams of leaders that help create the foundation for what you're over. So understanding what motivates them. In addition to that, taking a look at those weakness areas, what we're not necessarily strong with, which it's okay that we're not strong in everything, right? But who on our teams, either executive committee level or managers, can help support you in those areas that maybe you're not very strong in, right? I'm not very strong in empathy. Holly's empathy is very high. It's in her top 5. So I rely on her a lot when I need to emote more in certain situations or understand intuitively where people are coming from a feeling base, especially when I'm talking about maximizing their potential development opportunities. So Holly definitely helps in that area. So think about some of those areas and what strengths you would be looking for in a person that on your team based on that grid that was kind of put together for you. What would you like your team to be stronger at, and what do you need to concentrate in? So that's your first question. The second question is, can one of your areas of strength support an area of weakness for you? Pardon me. So look through your entire report. So all 34 strengths. In all 34 of these strengths, I know you've gone to the bottom and kind of taken a look at that. So your top 5 strengths are the ones that you are strongest in. Those are the ones that every decision you make is kind of embedded in one aspect of that talent theme or another in that top 5. And then your 6 through 10 or 15 is what we kind of call supporting strengths. So you use these collectively with one of your top 5s, and that's they kind of commingle together. So they support your decision making processes, your strategic processes, your relationship building. And then anything under 15 or under is kind of what we would consider not really your strengths, right? So it's not your go-tos, it's not your drive, it's not what you would lean on. So when you're looking at some of those, that 15 and under, from your list of strengths, what in your 15 and above can you lean on, so that you can get that empathy, that one area that you're not so strong in. So if I'm not very strong in empathy, one of my top 5 items is woo. So I can win others over. I know that I'm not empathetic. So consciously, I need to ask people. I'm not intuitive about how people feel or about a certain situation. So I naturally have to ask more questions. So I can rely on my number one talent, responsibility, meaning that now it's a task for me. It's a responsibility for me to ensure that their development is going smoothly and that I make time to ask what they've gotten out of it and these discovery questions to make sure that our leaders development is well rounded and they understand the messages from their perspective and how they're feeling. Is this something that they can use in their area? I want them to genuinely be passionate about it. But people who are centered around more of those relationship building talents that I'm not necessarily super strong in, they're all about the feelings. Have I made it feel like they can tap into their passion and drive this thought process or this new procedure or this strategy for our company. So take a look at that. So in what areas you need the most support in, be honest about that, and what strengths can help the areas of weakness just a little bit easier. So kind of identify that for you. Again, this is about supporting and complementing your talents and strengths. It's the last day of the 3-day challenge. It is definitely the most reflective in making you aware of how you need to address some of the things that it's okay that you're not necessarily good at. Like, I'm perfectly fine not being great in empathy or it being really high on my list. It's in the lower 30s. But I know what strengths I have that I need to tap into to make sure that I'm feeding other people's strengths, so that way I can strategically make my vision or their development stronger. So I really look forward to your participation in this and seeing kind of how far you delve. So, be free with it. Again, this is all about self awareness. And I know you're really busy, so I appreciate you definitely taking this 3-day challenge to maximize our business and our message. And hopefully, this gave you a little bit more insight too about our strength based leadership culture that we're implementing. I'm excited to see how far we're going to take it with our performance management processes and other procedures as well. So, and thank you for being my guinea pigs for my first video challenge walkthrough. It's a format that I'm hoping to take to some other classroom ideas or development styles for our team, especially as we start adding on properties. But thank you and have a great day.